Who's the most famous person you've ever wanted to meet? Obviously except me because I already met you. Yeah.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah,
okay.
I think she's a really powerful and inspirational woman that I would love to meet. And I've just started reading her book as well.
Okay, what is that about?
The book?
Yeah, the book.
It's also about finding yourself, finding your purpose.
Interesting, yeah. I love that kind of books too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, you're a 22-year-old from Germany and you came here in Perth about 3 years ago and you fell in love with Perth.
3 years ago, 2 days ago, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So like literally 3 years ago.
Yeah. So you had a passion for fitness, which later on led you to doing personal training, getting your certification, and helping, sharing your knowledge and experience with other people and helping people reach their fitness goals.
I would say I was always interested in fitness, but I wasn't I did handball, European handball, not Australian handball. And I was quite good in school in my sport lessons, but I wasn't overly into it or overly excited to do it. And then I was always sporty and went for runs, and then I came to Australia, and that's when I started picking up my fitness interest. Started to go to a gym with a friend, and I really started to enjoy it. And I started my personal training course mainly to further my own knowledge, and I wasn't quite sure where it's going to take me or haven't planned to actually work in it. But then things kind of fell in together, and I started loving it. And because I was one that went to the gym and I felt intimidated and I didn't like it, so now with me being a personal trainer, I want to help females to not feel intimidated in a gym and just start enjoying exercising by themselves as well.
And talk a little bit about Team V. What is it?
Yeah, so Team V specialises in female fitness and body transformation. So I do have a few guys, but mainly girls. And we're doing a lot of body transformation, obviously, but also a lot of mindset work. What I found is that when I have females coming into the gym, it's usually, I want to lose weight or I want to look differently, but there's a deeper reason or a deeper why. So I like to dig for it and then help them with the mindset as well.
How do you help them to find that why, and how do people watching this video podcast, how can they find their why to start doing fitness?
Yeah, so it's an awkward question. So you can't just sit there, hey, why would you like to do this? So you kind of have to go around it, and then you find things like, so what do you have planned for the rest of the year? And then they might say, oh, I actually have a wedding coming up. And you're like, oh, so is this why you want to lose a few kilos, or do you want to tone up, or whatever their goal might be? So you just start asking questions around their life, and then they say, oh, I just had a kid, or all this kind of stuff.
Getting to know them, really.
Yeah. And so just slow questions like an icebreaker or something, and then just getting to know them.
No, that's pretty cool. Now I want to dig into a very interesting question, because I've seen, you post a lot about self-improvement topics on Instagram as well. Yeah. Very descriptive. And they are very helpful, helps a lot of people. And I've read many of them and, took things from it and used it in my life.
Cool.
So... What do you think self-love is for you? What does it mean to you, and how do people start loving themselves?
So I find self-love is different for everyone, but in the big picture it would be that you're happy with where you are. So you just got to accept where you are, and that you're happy. The way you look, happy the way you act and treat people. So I find it's a lot of just being you and know who you are, but also how you act and interact with other people.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Because I know I've been through this as well, and a lot of people feel insecure about themselves and their body as well, the way they look. So it's a really hard way to go, to really get over that insecurities. Yeah. It takes time. You've got to do so many things to just get over that and start filling your mind with positive thoughts. That you start believing in yourself, that you are amazing, because everyone is worth it. Everyone is amazing. And I really feel that looks don't really determine who you really are.
I think we always have to start somewhere. Everyone, even the most confident person, have to start somewhere. I don't think we're born confident. So it's about how you interact with other people, what your parents teach you, and then you have to find your own way to get out of it or do your own you. Yeah.
If you're struggling, then ask for help. Yeah. That's as simple as that. And no, that's great. And another thing is, reaching fitness goals or any type of other goals, I've experienced from my own experience as well, it requires some sort of discipline.
Yes,
It's
lots
like,
of discipline.
yeah, it's like the most important thing, I would say. And I've lacked that from a long time as well. How do you discipline yourself, keep yourself in discipline, and reach your goals?
I'm quite a person that's really ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put probably the most pressure on myself by myself. So I don't really need much from the outside as motivation. I'm quite driven myself. But for other people, it might, or I think as well, you have to find a goal and then write it down and make it visible. Even if you have a vision board, just have something, or your screen on your phone, something that aligns with your goal, and that's reminding you of it all the time. So if you have a bad day and you're like, oh, I can't really be bothered going to the gym, then you've got that right in front of you on your phone, wherever it is, and you're like, oh, or you're asking yourself, why am I actually doing this?
Yeah.
And then it gets you back on the track.
No, that's really true, because I've a lot of the times I've failed setting goals.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons, because I don't know, I just wrote it in some diary or something, which I never
chucked
looked
it
at.
on.
Yeah, chucked it somewhere on a pile of books, and I never picked it up back again.
Yeah.
So you must have it like probably on your screensaver, somewhere you can see it every single day, even on your fridge.
I have it on my wardrobe, so when I get up off the bed, I have like my wardrobe with my mind map and my vision board on there.
So why do you think it's very important for people to set goals?
I know for myself that if I don't have a goal, then I'm like, oh, so why should I bother if I have nothing to achieve, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if I write something down and set it, even if a time limits work really well. So if you say, oh, I want to look good, so okay, why? Why do you want to look good? By what time do you want to have achieved that, or by what time do you want to lose that amount of weight? And always dig deeper, like there's a why, and then ask why again and ask why again until you find that really deep reason. And you can do that by yourself as well. It's like, oh, I want to lose weight. Why? Because when I was 20 or whatever age the client might be, it's like, oh, I look really good and I want to look like that again.
Yeah.
So then why is that? Because I felt really confident. And then you always dig deeper. And if you write this on your vision board or on whatever is visible for you, fridge is a good idea, so you can't binge.
Yeah, so you can see it in front of you all the time.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and then it's just a good reminder of why you're starting.
And you've got to just like, know what you're working towards. Otherwise you don't have a reason to do something.
Exactly.
And I really think you gotta want it. Like, you gotta really want it bad.
Yes.
And build that courage somehow, and just push yourself. Because there are times, you can talk about your own experiences as well, with your fitness transformation as well. How did you build that courage to really transform your body?
I had troubles with finding why I'm actually doing it myself. So in the beginning, I started going to the gym because I wanted to lose weight, because I was backpacking and I gained a bit of weight, as we do when you're backpacking. But then I was like, okay, now I kind of look what I want to look like. I do want to have more muscle, but I don't know. Would be nice, but don't really need it either.
Yeah.
So that was for me like, oh, I don't know, maybe, yes, no. So now I've got a goal of doing a powerlifting comp next year, just to set myself a goal and be accountable. So then at least I know how to work hard. Yeah, we don't know, just trying it out, finding things that you're interested in.
No, that's it. And keep yourself, enjoy yourself while you work hard as well at the same time. And I really feel consistency is one of the key to really reach your goals. So do you want to talk about consistency a little bit?
Yeah, I can do that. So for me, or what I do with my clients, is we're having check-ins. So all my clients that have booked an accountability pack, they get a check-in form, like a Google form. And on a Sunday before 3 p.m, they have to fill everything out. And then we're analysing how their week went. And then if they had a bad week, then they put that in, and then we can see, what do we have to change for next week? What can we do better? What did you do really well? I think that's really important as well, to focus on things that you did do well. Sometimes they're like, I didn't do anything well. So then I ask again, so did you go to work? Did you finish your due days? All of this stuff. And then they're like, oh yeah, I did do things well. So
focusing on the positive things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, people start beating themselves up by focusing on the negative things, which discourages them, and they just cannot get up and do it the next day.
So that's back to the mindset. Where I work with them as well.
Yeah, it's really about focusing on the positive things.
Yeah.
That's
gratitude.
I was going to talk about that, gratitude, since you brought it up. Why do you think gratitude is important? Because in my experience as well, I've been practicing gratitude, since I broke my knee ligament.
Okay.
And that was an amazing experience. That's when I really, started practicing gratitude, and it really made a huge difference in my life. So what are you grateful for, and why do you think gratitude is important?
So I think you can be grateful for so many things. With my clients, I ask them like at least 10 a day if they're in really bad moods. But I think it's just because we're all so busy and life is hectic, you forget to be grateful for the simple things. Yeah. Like you have a roof over your head, you've got a phone, you're not doing so bad. Yeah. There's people that
at least
do
you
worse.
get to eat food and
Yeah. So I think it's really important that we're reminding ourselves like where we actually we actually are, and then reminding that people out there do things that are worse than what we do.
Yeah.
So we should be really grateful for the opportunities that we have. Although they might not look that positive at the moment, there's still other things around you that are really positive. Yeah. If it's your family, friends, everything.
Yeah, I think that keeps you happy as well. That's one of the keys to happiness. Because oftentimes,
helped me a lot.
Oftentimes I've been, I drive and I see someone like on a wheelchair or someone disabled. That makes me realize how thankful I should be rather than complaining.
Yeah.
And which leads to happiness, obviously. What are you grateful for? Obviously, one of them will be being on this podcast.
No. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. Really grateful for that. So for today, I went on a really nice hike with one of my friends. So that's what I'm grateful for, to be living here. Right. Beautiful weather, being out and about, and being able to take time out of my day. Because my structure or like my days are quite heavily structured and busy. So if I can free some time to go out, then I'm grateful for that.
No, that's amazing. What do you think about work-life balance? How do you balance it up?
That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert on it. Yeah. I could definitely
just your take on it.
But for me, it's important that I try to take a few mornings off and a few afternoons so that I don't feel like I'm just working all the time, because I'm at uni as well, and you feel guilty for not doing uni stuff when you're out with your friends.
And you have to go all the way to Germany to study.
Yeah, but that's kind of holiday as well.
Okay.
Because then I can't work, not as much, because I only have my online clients, not one-on-one. But it's hard to combine everything, but I think as long as you're having a purpose, like I don't feel overworked. I do have lots of stuff on, but I don't feel like I'm struggling or I'm tired of everything, because I love what I do. So I think when you're doing a job that you really enjoy, then it's more like I'm catching up with my clients rather than they're like, oh, I have to go to work, I have to get up at 5 this morning. And it's just such a positive experience to share their life with your lives and helping them. Yeah.
What do you do to keep yourself in that high energy at all times?
Gratitude.
Gratitude? And something else?
Yeah, and I think once a client says, hey, V, you've done really well today, or I really enjoyed this session, then it's just getting back to you. Like, positive feedback obviously helps to keep you aligned and happy with what you do. Right. And just seeing their progress as well. Like, even if you can put half a kilo more on that bar, you're like, yeah, it works.
Improving. They see the improvement and that pushes them to do more.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible. Now we're going to ask you some fitness questions.
Yes.
How do you think people can, people listening, how can they maintain overall wellness?
Overall wellness?
Yeah.
I think overall wellness comes down to also finding themselves, or self-love as well. Because I think overall wellness would not be just their transformation or body composition, it's all the mindset as well. So with that, there's a few challenges that you can do of starting to incorporate gratitude in their daily life, starting to listen to positive podcasts, just looking up quotes in the morning.
Just like this one.
Yeah. Just like that. Self-plug here. Just find that just starting with little things and little steps get you on the go. So just start small and then you will get there.
Yeah, taking small steps. I think when people a lot of the times people make this mistake of they feel motivated one day and decide to do like everything in a day. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to do fitness. Then they fail. Because that doesn't. I think I would say you can't keep that for long term.
No.
If you go that way.
It's important to set realistic goals. Get into yourself and be like, okay, can I actually achieve that? Or what I also learned when I wrote my ebook for my clients, it's think about expectations that you're setting on yourself, and if you would put those expectations on your sister. If you wouldn't put those expectations on your sister or family or kid or whatever it is, don't put them on yourself either. If you don't think anyone else can achieve them, then why would you think you can achieve all of that? Yeah.
With all this, having that, keeping good health and overall even mental health, maintaining good mental health. A lot of it is having good morning routine as well.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about what kind of morning routine you have.
My morning routine is terrible.
Talk about it.
I'm leading by a bad example. I usually just get up, have a coffee, brush my teeth, jump in the car and go to work.
Okay.
But on my way to work, when I'm half asleep still and tired, I'll be like, okay, what are you grateful for today? So I don't write it down, but I at least think about it because I'm a bit lazy getting out of bed. But it's getting to summer now, so it's getting better.
No, that's good.
But I think that's really good. And one of my friends, she just journals every morning and has a coffee and gets up even earlier, then goes to the gym and then goes to work. So if that's important to you or if you need that, then that's definitely achievable.
No, that's true. Because same as with like practicing gratitude, I've experienced this. I think some people like me as well. I don't like to write things down, things that I'm grateful for. You can say, I don't know, I just don't enjoy doing that. I'd rather be like, for example, as you said, I'm like driving and then I can just like practice the gratitude. It's much easier that way. Yeah. So you don't have to, I think, write it down and be the things that you're grateful for. Or just
start your day with an awesome podcast.
That's it. Keep
like some inspirational podcast or something, that always helps as well.
Yeah.
One of the simplest thing I always tell my clients is move. So just get your steps in, move. And because lots of us are just sitting in an office all day long, we don't move much. But it's all about calories in, calories out, calorie deficit and all that sort of stuff. So if you can increase the output by moving more and doing more, then that's already one bonus point. And it's so easy. Like you can even save money. For example, I just park at the gym and then walk to my office job. Instead of parking at the gym's free.
Just getting creative.
So just do that. And then I ask my clients like, do you take the bus to work or do you drive? Can't you take a bike instead? Or can't you just take a bus off earlier or park somewhere else? All this like little tiny things, but they can make a big impact.
That reminded me of something that that I use quite a bit too, because when people are doing a lot of things at a time, like, you know, some people are doing business at the same time, for example, making videos as well, or when they're doing like so many things, can be really hard to manage and like take time to listen to, I don't know, different things, do different things. That's where like the creativity comes in. For example, as you said, you know, to start moving while they're coming to work, they can just ride a bike and use that time effectively while they're just going to work and they're moving at the same time.
For sure.
Which is an interesting way.
Really good is also if you're really busy, then just jump on a treadmill and do emails on a treadmill. It's nothing easier than just jumping on that. You can't fall off, you can't run into anything. Just have your phone or your tablet or whatever and just do it on a treadmill.
I'm not sure about falling off.
Yeah, well, you can, but don't get too focused. But that's what I do as well. If I have to write clients' plans or I haven't moved all day, I just jump on a treadmill and work from the treadmill.
Right, okay.
Or the bike, whatever you prefer.
What are one of the probably the biggest mistakes you have ever made in your life that we all can learn from?
One of the biggest mistakes?
Yeah.
I think if I would give advice to my younger me, would be just don't care as much what other people think. It's like, just
That's
don't
a great point.
care. Horrible. If I look back onto like high school days, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I even care? Just don't bother. Just do your thing and just
stop worrying about what anyone else is going to think about you.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel that is one of the things that stop people from like doing stuff they love and, you know. So how do you think people can stop worrying about what other people think about them?
So for me personally, traveling helped me a lot. Okay. So once I've left Germany, came over here, I wasn't really confident back home or like back in high school, but coming over here, having to talk to people, it just changed so much. So if someone asks me like, oh, I don't know what to do, it's like, go travel. Just take some time off, finding yourself or developing what you like and talk to other people from other countries. You get so many ideas. Like you meet them and you're like, oh my gosh, they do this and this person does this. Like, why am I not doing it? How can I change my life or do something like they do? And just get inspired.
getting to know yourself,
Yeah.
exploring yourself,
Yeah.
and getting to know other people as well.
Yeah,
while
because
you
you act so differently if you're somewhere where no one knows you. Because you're
Right.
like, no one knows me here.
You just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And it's really good.
A lot of the
it's a really
times,
good habit. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times, the truth is, most people are not even thinking about you.
Yeah,
They're just doing their
exactly.
own thing, and it's just probably a delusion that we create in our mind that they are thinking about us, which
Yeah.
just stops people from doing anything.
Or looking at us in the gym is a big one. Like,
Yeah.
People don't want to go to the gym because they're thinking everyone looks at them. That's what I was like when I first wanted to go to the gym. It's like, I don't want to go. But you just have to stop, just do your thing. And then if it's not right, the good person comes to you and corrects your form.
Yeah.
If it's not right and no one cares, then just leave it. Yeah.
Just focus on you, and a lot of the times, because I've been through that, is like a lot of the times I used to just go train in the gym and keep thinking what anyone else is thinking about me and create these stories in my mind.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, which was causing me a lot of stress as well at the same time.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it really affects the mental health as well. So
Unfortunately,
So that's a great message. Stop worrying about what anyone else is going to think about you.
These days, I'm really surprised how I show up at the shop sometimes.
Oh, right. Okay.
After a sweaty workout, I just don't care enough anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I think once you start getting to know yourself, who you really are, you start believing in yourself. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what anyone else is going to think about you.
Nah.
And it's like one of the most important things everyone needs to have that mindset.
And also your circle, like the people that you surround yourself with.
Just so
Don't
they
be
don't judge you.
toxic people and people that always be like, why do you look like this today? Just let them go.
Just
go
ignore
away.
them,
Yeah.
No, that's true. So we're towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have any message for all the women and men out there in related to fitness or any life advice?
Yeah, like I said before, my biggest life advice is go travel, find yourself, explore different things, and also stop caring so much. But if it's particularly for females, I would say that they just have to, because females are so hard on themselves, they just have to stop and appreciate their bodies, appreciate who they are, and appreciate what they can do as well. There's lots of just accepting.
Yeah.
Because sometimes things are out of your control and it's just like you can't do anything about it, so make the most of it. That's one of the mottos I
and just
live
believing
by.
that you can do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Nice.
another big thing that I live by is that if you won't do anything, someone's going to do it better. So if you don't do that, just follow what you want to do, because if you don't, someone's going to do it better. And then that's your dream or whatever, your goal gone.
So that's it, Wiebke. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Yeah, that's it. I will see you. Do you want to plug in your Instagram or social media?
Like if people want to go follow my rambling and positivity, it's just Wiebkehnsn on Instagram, and then my new account for only personal training and even more gratitude and happiness is Team V and then _
I'll put it in the description as well, so everyone can check it out, because she does write, as I said before, she writes a lot of these Instagram posts which are very inspiring and
thank you.
which are helpful at the same time. So go and follow her, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you
or
so
podcast.
much.